I've just finished dancing and I wanted to have a quick chat to you about using dance as a form of therapy. I was in the house before I danced and I was sitting on the couch and I was doing my work and I was thinking, I'm not going to dance today. I've got too much work to do. We had official confirmation from the mechanic that the car is officially dead. So now we have to get another car, and it was all making me feel a little bit financially stressed. So I was sitting there and it was getting close to lunchtime and I was thinking, maybe I'll have something to eat. And then I looked at Bodhi, my dog, and I thought, well, I better at least take him for a walk. I better move a little bit and then we'll see how I feel after that. So I got up and I started my walk and I thought, well, I'll just take him on the small walk, just around the block. At least it's something, at least I've moved. But then I got walking and I thought, well, this is the highlight of his day. So I better make it decent. So I went on a decent walk. C&C Music Factory came on, Things That Make You Go, which is such a great song, such a feel-good vibe. So, of course, that got me hyped. And then my mind starts ticking over and I start thinking of choreography. So then I got back here, came into the studio, started dancing, and then just came up with a quick shuffle routine and then filmed a 5-minute express tutorial. And now I'm here talking to you guys. I've done all that. Whereas if I had stayed sitting in the house, I can guarantee you that I probably would not have achieved all that much other than eating a bunch of food that I probably didn't eat. So in terms of, a therapy just for everyday getting stuff done, it is amazing. It is honestly amazing. Now that I've danced and I feel my energy has, lifted and I feel much more rejuvenated, I'll be able to go back into the house, do work and be so much more productive and have a nice lunch and feel like I really deserved it rather than just sitting there eating and blobbing on the couch. When I think back to the 30-year gap where I didn't dance, I can think of, many times where dancing would have helped me and would have been beneficial. Even things through university, sitting there studying and, sort of getting glassy eyed and, vaguing out because you can't concentrate, get up and have a dance. The kids are little and you're feeling a bit stressed and everyone's getting on top of each other. Let's turn the music up. Let's have a dance. When the boss at work is, starting to grate on your nerves and, you're feeling a bit under the pump, go off to the bathroom, have a quick dance, There's so many times where you could just pop a quick a couple of minute dance into your day and you would feel so much better. There are other times obviously where, things are more serious. I'm not saying that dancing can cure everything. I, in my early 30s, went through a divorce and then I was in a very toxic relationship for 5 years that was abusive and just awful. And in those sort of times, I ended up, being depressed and I was on antidepressants for a little while. And to be honest, when you feel that low, finding energy to get up and dance is hard. Finding energy to get up and do anything is hard. Let alone, trying to find the inspiration to want to dance. So while, I didn't necessarily want to be on antidepressants at that stage, I knew that my thinking wasn't quite right and I knew that I needed a little bit of additional help. But I suppose that in conjunction with some dancing would have been amazing because I found antidepressants make you quite, you're not really experiencing highs or lows. It's just kind of this very mediocre kind of feeling, which is what you kind of need, I suppose, because, you've in my case, I had been experiencing some very low lows. So it was good to just feel that. But had I incorporated some dance, I may have been able to then lift my mood up above that sort of mediocre line. Who knows? I feel like dance, is something that should be recommended by therapists, by doctors, as well as, something else to do. Because I know, when I went to the doctor, when I felt depressed, it was, let's take this medication, make sure that you're eating well, make sure that you're sleeping well, those kind of things. But there was never mention of, have a dance, do something fun. That was never something that was recommended. And why not? Why shouldn't it be recommended? It's a form of exercise. I'm sure they would have said exercise, try to keep moving because movement is obviously super beneficial. But, let's try and encourage it towards, let's recommend dancing because it incorporates the full body, the full mind, the soul. It's so creative. It's so much fun. So if anyone out there is feeling, a little bit blah or meh, or you've just got up today and you're just like, ugh, the day's not vibing. Have a dance. It's going to make you feel so good. Even if you don't feel like it going into it, by the time you've done it for even just a minute or so, your energy and your vibe will be lifted for sure. I can promise. I would 100% guarantee. What a great tool to teach our kids. A great way to suggest to them when they're having a bit of a down day, set a good example, turn the music up, have a dance and get them dancing with you. If you start while they're little, it can become part of their daily thing. It can seem totally normal. I can't get my 14-year-old son to have a dance with me. I unfortunately, had I been doing this from when he was born, maybe he would be a dancer as well, which would have been pretty cool because I could have been a dance mum. But yeah, he's not a dancer. And it's not going to be for everybody. Like, I'm not silly. I do know that not everybody's going to love dancing. But even just moving your body to music, like you don't have to be doing choreography. Just getting up and moving to the music and having fun that way. Like, who doesn't love that? I think everybody loves that. I think secretly everybody loves that. Even the people that are like, no, I'm not a dancer. I think secretly deep inside, everybody is a dancer somewhere. Somewhere in their body is a bit of a dancer, even if it's just like a shoulder, all right, guys, that's all I wanted to share today. I just want to spread the dance message again, and hopefully encourage you to dance if you're not dancing yet. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.